Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready. Ready. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got you. I got you.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And this is Parker, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Here's Rosen to throw. Short throw taken in by the tight end O'Leary. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Middle. Go.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Jannard Avery able to record his 5th sack of the season. He just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Take four. Stick. Point it right.
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the screen.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill. Check 24. King.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
180. Regular. 61. Match box twice. Hurry. Run. That cute stuff ain't working. Hey, Alf, 52, Mike 52. You.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A run for Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll run with Chubb. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You got it. You got it. We got it.
We're scoreless after 1. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Check. Fresno. Under 10. Hey, alert 33. Check 15. Shift. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb. His 11th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw is Rosen. It's complete to Drake. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Balaj. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On first down, Drake. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rosen looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. The 40, past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Monday. Mike 29. Yo.
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Chubb. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rosen in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Beckham, the return. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Chicago. And the Giants are starting to pull away in that one. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along.
Check 26, check 26. Let's go.
They run. Chubb. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played. Yeah, and it created a big run. Looking for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
King.
Mayfield looks to throw. Buying time to his left. Now Mayfield lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's got daylight. wide. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
That's our ball. Every time.
And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Here we go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
It's second down and 10.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Real. Hurry!
Check 52.
Hey, exit.
Right here.
Line 52.
Three bus.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hurry! Point it right.
And again, it's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
13 yards on the play. That's another Browns.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is right down the middle. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
You must be dreaming.
52's the Mike.
From the gun, Mayfield. Throwing left side, it's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Pistol.
No. Off.
Hey, Haywood.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Set, 180. Hey, alert.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
You can't block me.
Throwing, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Christian Wilkins brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Point it right.
Mike 52.
Hey, Steve 6.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will give them a 12-point lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the 2nd round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
56 to Mike.
Smooth.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off near his own 48. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Chubb running right. out. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. The extra point splits the uprights. Around the NFL, third quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Number 53, Mike 53.
Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. Drake, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen escaping the pressure right. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line.
Hey, Delta.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Under crunch.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Here's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check three. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check. Check it backer. Check nine. Slam.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Alert!
He finds his target, Beckham. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Bandit. Check three.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Chubb, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL?
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.